Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for finding your way over to In House Convos. Before you dive deep into this next episode, do me one huge favor. Find that subscribe button and smash it. Then go and select any video you want, give some thumbs up, and leave me some comments. And since you're already on social media, you know how to share and all that, go ahead and repost this for me one time. But enjoy this next episode of In House Convos. All right, yo, what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of In House Convos, and today I have a special guest, a legendary guest to my personal life. Me and this man go back about 20 years, if not a little bit more. This is a childhood friend. This is a person I considered genuine, I consider respectful, I consider humble, hardworking. He's pretty good looking, you know what I'm saying? But this is my homeboy, my brother, for 20 some odd years. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my homeboy, Aramis.
Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for having me on, man.
Dude, thank you for coming on. Thank you for making the drive. I know it was a real mission. I know it's a pain in the ass to deal with that 91 freeway, as we talked about, you know?
It's like I told you in the kitchen, man. I'm so glad I don't live anywhere near it.
Man, so you said in the kitchen about, 10 years ago you moved to Palm Springs?
Yeah, I'm in the Palm Springs area now.
So how's it been different living? I know out in Rialto, San Bernardino, when you were there for a little bit, it was hot at times. It was kind of rugged. It was kind of fucked up. How has it been different switching to Palm Springs?
Well, when I first made the move, there's quite a story behind it why I moved over there. But the transition was pretty easy because I would go over there for company trips in La Quinta at the resort over there. And I just always liked the area. The weather's always great, even though it's warm during the summers. But, there's 12 months of sunshine over there. So I just always loved that. And there's no traffic, man. So us growing up in, Ranch Cucamonga, Fontana, Rialto area, the 210, the 10, and the 15 freeways were nothing. Now, it can take you half an hour to go 5 miles, man.
Yeah.
And
the 15 has fast track now, right?
Does it?
I believe so. I mean, from what I remember when we went to Vegas, I think sometime last year. I think we went up to 15. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that they have fast track on a certain strip. Imagine that, man. Growing up, we didn't have that. Growing up, it was so open, and you just got on the road and drove. Now, you need fast track, like you said, 5 miles for a half hour. That's crazy.
Well, we didn't need it because when I moved there, you guys were already living there for years. I was one of the last few to come in the friend group. Yeah. So you guys all known each other for years, and then I was one of the last ones to come in. So when I moved there in 2004, from Hawthorne and Inglewood, it was a completely different world. Everyone lived in houses instead of apartments or condos or whatever it may be, and I loved it.
Yeah. What year did you end up moving into the IE? What year did you pop up at Etiwanda?
2004. It was I showed up
sophomore year.
Yeah, it was the end of sophomore year. I came in like April or May, so it was only the last couple of months of sophomore year. Okay. And then I went back to LA during the summer to go work again. I was a lifeguard that summer, and then I came back, and then we go into our junior year, and then that was right around the time when I started to get to know all you guys little by little.
Do you remember who the first person was in the friend group that you met? 'Cause I think we were like maybe the last to be initiated.
Probably, yeah. I think I couldn't tell you, but I think the first person that I met out of the friend group was Crystal.
Shorty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Shout out Crystal.
I still talk to Shorty. Now and then she pops into Palm Springs every now and again.
That's what's up, man.
Shorty, we had class together, and she was one of the first to meet. We didn't talk a whole lot like that, but she was one of the first.
Yeah, dude, she's so sweet. She's so hardworking. She's doing her photo booth thing.
She's got a great family.
Beautiful family. She is a very, very blessed person. Always had great energy, great vibes. Shout out Crystal. I haven't really talked to her, actually anybody really that much. I'm so caught up and so busy with all my shit that I got going on and movements I'm trying to make and things behind closed doors that people don't see, like that. It's hard. It's really hard. But I see almost everybody on Instagram, and I pray they do good. I pray they're happy. At least from what everybody's posting, they're cool. Like I said, Crystal, beautiful family. She looks like she's doing good. Nothing but blessings that way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it was the last time I saw her too. Last time we hung out was at my wedding. When I invited everyone to come out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I remember you invited us out and we went, but we didn't have our name on any of these.
Oh man, yeah.
But you just go, I'll just sit here, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't even know who we kicked out or who we replaced, but you're just like, no, just sit there.
Well, we kind of planned. We had backups, so we had a table of people that we put at a specific table that we didn't think they were gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we put them there.
Oh, okay.
So you were not at that table, but I guess your name just total mistake. Didn't mean to do that, but we had an extra table just in case there was overflow.
Mm-hmm.
You know how people bring people that you're not supposed to bring or whatever, but yeah. So
like, oh, you didn't say +1, but you got 1, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, it was a good time, man. We had a good time. We had a blast. I know we couldn't stay too long. We stood. We watched your guys', the dance. We watched the flamethrower dance. We watched I think it was a group of people that came up and started doing like a tropical dance for you guys or something like that, Polynesian stuff.
Yeah. So the wife she scheduled all of that. That was something that she wanted, and they did all the Polynesian from all the different countries and islands.
Yeah.
So it was a little everyone was represented. All the island, Polynesian islands were represented. So, but my dad was the most nervous one for the fire knife show because of the trees.
The trees.
Yeah.
Dude, when they were flipping the whatever it was, it went up. Me and my wife looked up. We're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We were waiting because it hit the branches, but nothing caught.
Oh, he had a hose ready.
Oh. Yeah, it hit, but yeah, nothing caught. But it was cool, man. Shout out to your wife. That was a very entertaining and amazing thing she did for you guys for the wedding to get that going out. It was beautiful. It really was beautiful. And to see how happy you guys were, you guys had a good time enjoying.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was a fun day, man. It was a lot of work. You know how it is, but after that, it was totally worth it. When we were having our little dance or whatever, we even talked like, yo, damn, how do we pull this off, but when you look back at it, like, all right.
How fast did time fly?
Time flew fast. It's been 2 years since then.
Oh, I just meant at the wedding.
Oh.
From you guys just pulling back up to, okay, this dance happening. Okay, now this is it. Like, it just flies.
Oh, yeah.
It flies.
Oh, yeah. So, but fun day. I would totally do it again.
Oh, absolutely, man. You guys look so happy that day. You guys look, you guys had like a glow. You know what I mean? You guys almost had like a new car, like glow. When you get a new car, you get that smell. It just shines all of a sudden. It just stands out everywhere you go. You guys just had that, dude. It was amazing to see. It was nice to see.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, man. It was
Definitely
cool.
A fun time. Very happy. A lot of people, came out. Especially a lot of our friend group came out. Sabrina came. Crystal came. I'm pretty sure there's more, but yeah, quite a bit came. I was pretty happy.
When you're on the spot, it's kind of hard to think, who the fuck was there? Huh?
It was a long list, man. We had 150 people there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. We had a really good time. Thank you guys for thinking about us and sending us an invite. And there was no way we were gonna miss that. There was no way. I told wifey, no matter what, we'll be there. Yeah. So we had a good time, man. Prior to getting married, though, how long were you in Palm Springs for?
I was there 8 years, 7 years, 8 years before we got married. So when I moved out there, Vanessa was my girlfriend. So it goes back to the story and why I moved out there and how we met and what happened to me during that time. So you remember my little apartment I had over there off of Haven and Arrow and Rancho? So if you never gone there,
I don't think I think I might have been already out here. At that
probably,
time.
But
because I moved out here in like 2012.
Okay, yeah, you were already out here.
Yeah,
so I had a little place over there in
years.
Haven and Arrow. I worked at the property I lived at.
Okay.
So easy job. I just drive the golf cart to work. It was nice. So the owners of the property changed management companies. And when they changed management companies, the new company that came in, they eliminated my position. So,
motherfuckers.
Yeah. So when my position was eliminated, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I had to give up that apartment. I couldn't stay. They wouldn't allow me to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to find a place to go. So I had like a month. So after that, I found this little studio kind of garage or whatever that my uncle set me up with this lady he knew. And this lady let me move in there. So I was there for a little while. And then, but that little place didn't have heat, didn't have air conditioning. So when I was there, it wasn't bad because you were kind of in the winter. I'm like, all right. But when the summer started to come in May, it's getting warm in there. There's no air conditioning. And
what about like ventilation? You have windows or anything at
nothing,
least?
man.
Oh,
nothing.
Just closed in.
Yeah, the only good thing about it was the shower. It was actually nice. The shower was nice.
All right.
But other than that, so around that same time is when I met Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
So she saw that and she was like, why don't you just come and move in with me? Start all over. So I made the decision to move out there, and I was commuting from Palm Springs to Ontario a couple times a week, to work. Mm-hmm. And just eventually I stopped that job and I just decided like, all right, I'm going to start all over dead from scratch, in the Palm Springs area. So then a few years later, you get in the golf business and
now we're here.
And
now
I'm
podcasting,
here.
Big Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Now you made it to the little screen, not the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Did you have any apprehensions when she was just like, hey, you know what? Just drop everything you got. I got you. Come through.
I kind of did because I was leaving my family over there because
you've always been really like self-sufficient. You were always,
yeah.
So it's for somebody to kind of be like, hey, I got you for right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So when I moved over there, I still had my job, so I was still commuting.
Yeah.
But she just allowed, she wanted me to move in with her so that I just had a better place to sleep, so yeah. But I'm glad I did. So, and then we're still in the same place, where we've been.
Yeah.
So
really made it a home, huh?
yeah, it's definitely a home. Vanessa's good at that.
How did she feel about you doing that commute?
She didn't like it, and then especially during that time, because of that commute, I lost 2 car accidents, and like I lost 2 cars in like 3 months.
God damn,
or 4 months. Yeah, it wasn't my fault, but when someone rear ends you, what are you gonna do?
I was just about to say, are you a shitty driver? I just didn't know
man.
that.
No, so I had a Nissan Altima at the time, and that car was awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it just someone rear ended me, completely caved in the back, and
God damn.
I was devastated.
Any residual effects? Back problems, neck,
No.
nothing? Fucking solid, dog.
Yeah, I'm solid.
Solid, damn.
So, but
Feel sorry for the other guy's car then, huh?
well, I got hit by a truck.
God damn.
Yeah. But this old guy, he tried to fight it, like, oh, he pulled in front of me. I'm like, no, man, it was right here on the 91 too.
Yeah,
So,
that 91 sucks. It's cursed.
Yeah, so, but other than that, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. At what point when you finally got settled in and things kind of like smoothed over, you made that decision, all right, I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to do all this, but I'm going to start in Palm Springs. What was that decision like? What what support did you get from your family, the wife? Like, what did that situation look like?
Well, of course, your parents are not going to like it because you're moving farther away, so they weren't, too excited about that. But I still was making that commute, so I would still see them.
Yeah.
So they weren't, it didn't bother them too much. But, my brother, he didn't really care, but eventually they were fine with it.
Something they just had to get used to,
Yeah, they just had to get used to it.
Used to you not being in arm's reach anymore, and things like that.
So, because I held the responsibility, even though if I didn't live under the same roof as them, I still, you hold a responsibility, to make appearances and make decisions for the family. So, but me not being there every day or every other day, now they have to kind of,
In a way, they kind of needed it for growth.
Yeah.
Within themselves. You know what I mean?
yeah, and they were fine. It's not like they didn't need me, but it's just something that they were used to.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you like I said, you always had a good head on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You're always self-sufficient. You were always just one of those guys that you always knew, no matter what, don't got to worry about him. Not that we don't have to check up on you, make sure, hey, how you doing, how you feeling, shit like that. But like, when it comes to just handling life, it's like you got to worry about him. He's gonna get it.
yeah.
You've always had that, dude. I've always admired that about you. I don't know if I've ever had that opportunity or chance to tell you. And maybe in hindsight, now that we're getting older and so many years have passed, and I just see you doing your thing, getting married, progressing in life. It's just like, man, like, very inspired, very appreciative to have you in my life still, very humble to know somebody as genuine and hardworking as you, because it just gives me like that extra motivation and drive. My boy's doing good, I want to be doing good, shit like that. So like I said, I don't know if I ever had the opportunity to tell you, but
I appreciate it, man.
I am proud of you, man. I see everything that you do. I love the fact that you're married. I love the fact that you're doing your business, how you're needing to handle it. Like I said, not that you weren't worthy of being like checked up on or anything like that, but you've never been somebody who needed the help. Like, you always got it.
Yeah, well, we're always all going to go through some struggle, especially from then to moving out there until now. There was definite, times of, like, struggle, like, shit, what am I going to do the next day, or how am I going to do this, or there's always something that comes up, in everyone's life, but, you always figure it out, man, It's, just as long as you're, pretty much, you don't make stupid decisions with your money. You don't make stupid decisions when it comes to putting your family's life in jeopardy or their money in jeopardy. As long as you don't do that, you'll be able to figure any issue you have out eventually.
Yeah, you've always conducted yourself that way. Growing up, I distinctly remember you all the time looking out for your brother.
Yeah.
And we used to do that joke. Oh no, John's a homeboy. You're the brother. You know what I mean? Like, we used to say, no, you're John's brother. And this isn't John Aramis's brother. We used to like flip it just to fuck with you. But you've always looked out for him. And then the times when we would be partying or going out drinking and shit, like, you'd always look out for all of us too. Always making sure we're good, offering the rides and shit like that.
I still do that now when I take Vanessa and her friends out, or if it's me and her or whatever. It's the same. I haven't changed. Sometimes you look back like, damn, I can't have no fun because I'm constantly watching the door. You're in that protective instinct. It's just.
Yeah, you always got to be on high alert, man. You never know what can happen. You don't know what to expect. It's hard to trust people. It's hard to trust people's intentions and just always being on high alert. Sometimes it gets a little tiring too. But that's good though that you're like that, because everybody needs somebody in their life to look out for them and make sure they get home okay. And
Hey, it's what we all have to do.
Yeah, man, that's cool. So fast forward again, or I guess we're going back, but we're gonna fast forward to you're out there, you're getting settled in, you're good. What was like your next step? What was the revelation? Okay, I'm gonna start doing this. This is what I'm gonna dive into right now.
So it pretty much it's after the car accidents and losing those two cars. After a year of doing, going back and forth, in the insurance business, and so I just eventually, kind of slowed that down, and then just trying to find something out there. What can I do? So I was doing a few things, just to kind of figure out what my next move was. So I got a job at a hotel. I was a DJ, part-time. Still, having my insurance license active, still working that. But then I fast forward, my resume was found by a head golf pro over there in Palm Springs, and he says, hey, I want you to come in for an interview. I like your resume and sales and all that. And I said, okay. So I show up, and at the time, I didn't know anything about golf, not one bit. So he just says, look, man, I'll teach you everything you want to know.
Up until that point, you never even played.
I never played.
Okay.
Never played, not even nothing. So I always wanted to learn, but just never had a chance to. So this was that chance.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, look, I just need you to sell memberships and equipment, ball, whatever it may be. I just need you to sell, and I'll teach you everything you need to know.
What about drugs? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Keep going.
But yeah, so he hired me after talking to me 8 minutes, and the rest is
Just
from
right,
there. Then
right on the spot.
I dove all in, man. I dove all in. I loved the whole concept of it. It was a fun job, busy. And then fast forward to now, to where, you know, I'm one of the managers there, and you know, I have a staff deal with Adidas, staff with Callaway. So
How does that work out? How does that happen? You become, well, let's start with before the deals. He offers you the job on the spot. 8 minutes in, you accept, obviously.
Yeah.
So what does the first day look like? What's like your official title when you start there?
I was just one of the assistant
salesman?
pros, so I would just be at the front desk checking people in, and then, you know, sell stuff. You sell memberships, and you sell equipment, clothes, whatever it may be.
Okay.
You know, so that's pretty much what I was doing. Then, of course, you get more involved.
So you were like the face when people walked in?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, kind of like at a hotel, you go to the receptionist.
Right.
Or the front desk. It was just like that.
Okay.
So it's just overall rulings of the, you know, just of the tee sheet, you know, and it's different there because the property that I'm at is busy compared to any other golf course generally in California, you know, to where when I started there, we were just coming in a season from overseas, and they said, look, in season, we're going to be doing 450 rounds of golf a day without even trying, without advertisement, anything. So just walking into a very, very busy property, and you get acclimated pretty quick when you have to be on your toes.
What do those shifts look like, man? All days?
No, it's normal shifts, you know, the 8 hour, 8.5, sometimes 9, but, you know, just like that, you know, it's like a 9 to 5, or if you got to open, you got to get there at 5 a.m., you know, 5 to 2, 5 to 1.
What did you prefer? Open, closing, middle?
Well, at the time, you know, you got to pay your dues. You know, nobody wants to close. But the closing is kind of in the beginning. If you had that assistant pro position, that's where you're going to get, you know, your commission money and guaranteed hours, things like that. But
and then you just, over the years, promoted up position, and now you're running it.
So, yeah, I'm one of the managers there. And so...
Okay, so with becoming a manager, did that come with your sponsorships, or was that something completely separate?
Something completely separate that you have to work on while you're there. So what I did, the first one that I got was the Callaway deal. So what happened there is, this happened the time around, this was after COVID, and this was going into the 2020-21 season.
Okay.
Callaway had a different area director that came around to show, you know, came to show us the new product that's going to come out, like the PDF slides and all that.
Right.
And so he sat with my head pro and GM. So the head pro and GM said, hey, you got to meet this guy Aramis. He's the biggest Callaway fan. He uses everything Callaway in his bag. You got to talk to him. So he showed me all the new stuff, and I got to talking to him, and he says, hey, man, just send me your email and phone number, and then I'll send you a couple hats and some balls or something like that.
And there's like a rep, you said?
Yeah.
A rep?
It's like, but he's like the main contact for all the properties in the Palm Springs area. He's the guy.
Okay.
So, yeah, we exchanged contact info, and I emailed him every week or every 10 days what my sales numbers were specifically for the Callaway product. So I would say, all right, this ball's doing this week, or I've sold X amount in hard goods this week or whatever. So then he said, you know, I'll put you on the ambassador program. So he gave me hats and balls and gloves, and he sent me a set of irons, which were great, and then sent me some fairway woods, which were great. And then I just kept doing the same thing, emailing, letting him know what's going on. And the VP of operations for the country, found out who I was, what I was doing, and he said, "Oh yeah, you got to put this guy on staff." So what that means is if the property does a certain amount of business for that specific vendor, they can elect to put somebody on staff. So it could be like one of the managers or whatever. They can put whoever they want.
So you still kept your current job, but you kind of became a sales or rep for them at the same time?
So this was transitioning into manager at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And this at the same time too. So it all happened pretty close together. So yeah, they put me on staff. I signed a contract and pretty much what that is, if I'm taking Instagram photos or Facebook photos or whatever, if I'm using the Callaway product, I have to, tag it.
Tag them,
I have to tag them, all that. I have to only use the Callaway products. If there's something that I'm not going to use in the bag, then it can only be like a certain amount of clubs or whatever. Like if I wanted to use a different putter, I could, but it's kind of like that. But in exchange, then they, throughout the season, I get, the newest stuff, the newest equipment. I get custom fitted for the newest driver that comes out every year.
It is because I have like zero knowledge about golf. I mean, like we talked about earlier, I thought, Tiger Woods was with Nike. I had no idea he had his own brand and all that good stuff. But is Callaway like a really like prestigious name in the game of golf?
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big name in golf. It's like top 3 for sure. The past couple of, I want to say the past 3 years, Callaway's had the number 1 selling driver in the market. So in simpler terms, Callaway right now is probably, the best brand, I'm going to say. And I'm not just saying that out of bias. I'm saying that is because their equipment has been very consistent in performance the past 3 years. So it's not bullshit or gassing it up. It's what it is. Go and try it out.
When you speak facts. Yeah, you know what? Don't even try to doubt or prove them wrong about anything. Just go try it. Figure it out for yourself. And then once you realize how good the Callaway product is and how much it improves your game, I want you to go to the comment section and put a bunch of golf emojis or some bacon emojis or, I don't know, some eggplant emojis. Just put something to let us know that you tried it.
Yeah.
And you know that is 100%. That none of this is lies. None of it is a biased opinion. It's just facts.
Yeah, it's not a biased opinion. Other manufacturers, do, better than, and others depending on what it is. But,
Give me 1 second. I'm going to move this tent. And then I'll just edit this part out. The sun's going to come through them. Let's run us. All right, and I'm back.
But yeah, that's one thing. And then around the same time, I got the Adidas staff contract too. So pretty much the same thing. And then they give me a certain allowance to where I can go to a website and just order whatever I want.
That's what's up,
I
man.
get
That's
an
cool.
allowance every year, so I can order whatever.
That says a lot about how good of a salesman you are, man. To be able to push product that much and that good to where they're like, hey, you know what? Here's some shit on us.
Well, it's like it at every property. They, so they allocate that in their budgets, like Adidas and Under Armour and all these manufacturers. They do that in specific areas. So like the golf club down the street is, one of the guys can get the same thing just as long as they're doing enough business and.
But you said the area you're in is just like surrounded by a bunch of.
So in the Palm Springs
golf courses,
area,
right?
Golf drives the economy from October all the way through the end of May with 100 golf courses in that area. So
And they
private,
just pop off.
semi-privates, and publics.
What about for like my experience level, like miniature golf?
Miniature? Yeah, they got boomers. You can go there, man. Ride the go-karts.
Go-karts? I want to golf, goddammit. See some Happy Gilmore coming your way. Better be careful, man. I can drive. Not good. I think on average I'm trying to think of the driving range up here. They mark it by different things in the water, different markers. I think the farthest I've ever done was probably like 130 or something. Not good, you know.
Oh yeah, that's a pitching wedge for me.
Anyways, but yeah. So being basically a sponsored athlete, you know.
It's pretty much what I have to do is, for the members at my property, just wear the product, use the product, show them the product, sell them the product. That's pretty much it. It's just a small incentive that I get because we do so much business with Adidas and Callaway and FootJoy and other manufacturers that sometimes they just give you a little something.
Now, because you're sponsor or you have a contract with them, when you start pushing their product, not that you try to push it more, you just you sell what you need to sell. But when you do sell Callaway or Adidas products at your shop, do you get a bigger commission because you're in contract with them? Do you get any commission or
no? I don't get it. I don't get any. So, because pretty much the property buys wholesale from these manufacturers. So let's just say the Adidas shirt, they'll buy it for X amount of dollars and then they have to resell it. So, or if it's one of the golf clubs from any of the manufacturers, they buy it at wholesale and then they have to resell it what it's supposed to be for retail. And the margins are not that big in hard goods, but it's just more of kind of like bragging rights because, within the company, granted, I don't get paid a commission or anything like that. So it's not about the money. It's just more about that, all right, this property's doing X amount in hard goods. It looks really good in the golf business. It makes the property look good.
How long have you been sponsored for or have contract for?
Like 2.5 years.
Okay. How long does the contract last, or do you have to renew it every year? Or what does that look like?
It's pretty much every year.
Okay.
They'll send me an email. It's like, hey, are you going to be on staff with us this year? Do you want to continue? Yes.
And within the contract, do they say you have to post at least once a week?
No.
Or
There's no post minimums or nothing.
So just whenever you do it, just make sure you tag us.
Just whenever.
Okay,
there's no post minimums or nothing. There's no quotas that I have to hit or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a real fair partnership.
Because we already do that with the sales at the property. It's, we buy $50,000 a year in range balls.
Yeah.
That right there covers it.
Okay.
And that's. Yeah.
Okay. And that's cool, man. Did you ever think growing up that golf would be something you'd be all into, or it would be changing your life?
No, man. I'm Puerto Rican. You don't play golf.
I wasn't going to say because of that, but okay. I was just going to say we had like a different upbringing within,
totally different upbringing. I'm supposed to be playing baseball, but...
Baseball or, football or in the drug game or something. I don't know.
I wouldn't maybe go that far.
Or, I would say actually military.
My brother did military service. Shout out. Little bro serving in the military. We appreciate him.
All their military services and everybody that protects America, stands up for us and goes to war for us, goes to combat for us, or is on standby and is ready for us. God bless you guys. In the comments, if you know a soldier or somebody in the service, tag them, drop their name here, and we'll send them a beautiful shout out. Yeah. I'll send them a video of my homeboy dancing for them or something.
You know it.
With the big old golf club and bag of golf balls.
Oh, I have to actually bring. I already got that.
My guy. But yeah, and so I would say, the direction we had growing up, like I think military was actually more of a safer route for us. Well,
there was a point to where it was in the talks. So you remember when Greg and Tracy went, it was in the talks. They were going, and I remember this night specifically because we were talking to Greg's dad. And he was talking about his time in the Navy and what he was doing. And then Greg and Tracy were very, it was something that they were thinking about. I think we were like maybe 20 years old or 21. And it's something that we were thinking about doing. But I decided not to go because we have responsibilities at the home. You were always, the man of the house running the house, because you had younger siblings, same thing. So me leaving, it would have made it a lot harder on my mom, my brothers and sisters, and everyone around me that I needed to be there. Yeah. So same with you. If you would have left,
a lot of shit would have been up in shambles or...
So that's why I chose not to go, but...
It's just one of those things where you're like, just hang on, I'll be back, just hang on.
Yeah. and the ones who went, who did went, we appreciate you. Trust me, we do.
100%.
We love that for you. We support you 100%.
100%.
It was always great when you guys came home to visit.
Yeah,
we
man.
always party together. So,
Dude, I remember going out there when Greg graduated from boot camp.
yeah, I wanted to go. I couldn't
went
go,
with,
but I remember when he came back.
I went with John and Maritza.
Yeah.
And Jacob.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. For some reason, I don't remember who else was with us. I think Tracy. I don't know if Tracy went with us or he met us out there, because he was already there. I don't remember that either. I want to say his grandma and grandpa were there.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Because they're dude, they've been so supportive.
Yeah.
So they're there for all their grandbabies and their kids and whatnot. But yeah, I don't exactly remember. I just remember when we went out there. Dude, it was honestly, I think it was like a 1 or 2 day thing. Dude, it was fucking awesome. Yeah. It was so fun to be out there with Greg and his family. It was the plane rides. There are a couple inside stories with me and John. Just shit that was happening. So plane rides and
there's a lot of inside stories we all have.
Dude, when we were on base, and there's the time when we were there and he got his hair cut. Like, it was just little things that I'll remember for the rest of my life. But I'm like so grateful because I got to be there. Obviously, great people. We love Greg and his whole family. They've been my family since I was in kindergarten. So I love them with all my heart. But like I still remember going out there with it. That was like an amazing trip, epic trip. And ended with, I think, like 4 or 5 of us piling into the back of a 3-seater taxi and just fucking begging the dude, we only have this much money to get where we need to go. Like, it was already like 3-4 in the morning and we had to be there by like 5 or some shit. We were, I think, like 45 minutes to an hour out. So it was hectic, man. It was hectic, but it was fun, man. It was cool.
How much fun was it, man, when we got out of high school and all the things that we were doing before we were 21 and after we were 21, man? Do you remember all the times at your house over there in Heritage?
Yeah,
How
man.
much time we spent there?
It was,
man.
For me, it was honestly probably some of the funnest we ever had.
Yeah.
It was almost like, and this isn't to encourage, partying, drinking, and anything, any of the shit that we did just, to get by. But it was some of the funnest times. Yeah. We had amazing parties, whether we fucking packed a whole house out or it was just down to maybe like 5-6 of us. We always had great company. We always had fun. We always had music going. We would find any reason to get food involved, whether it be barbecuing, picking up pizza.
No, man, it was
going to round table.
No, it was the late night $1 double cheeseburgers at McDonald's off of Cherry and Baseline. Or Cherry and Foothill right there by the Winco. They hated us there. They hated us there. Dude,
there was times where, like, I think I would purposely drink because sometimes, like, I would want McDonald's, I just wouldn't go get it. And I was like, if I drink later, I'm pretty sure I'll get it later. So there was times I'd be hungry, like, fuck, I'm just going to keep drinking because I know I'm going to end up there eventually.
Yeah. Well, that was the plan. That's what we usually did anyway. It was like a routine. Handle a captain, and then we go there later.
Yeah, man, it was nuts, man. But we always had, like, really good parties, though. Few and far between did shit ever really go down. But for the most part, man, we had great people around us.
Yeah, we never had problems. It was always great people around there.
And it was always Captain and Coke. Well, at least from what I remember towards the end when I was drinking, at least from what I remember, it was Captain and Coke.
And cases of Bud Light.
Yeah, they're
easy.
Fucking packs of Bud Light. Packs, just on packs.
Cases.
We fill up a whole cases. Like a Yeti cooler or something like that. But
yeah, easy.
But Bud Light. There was Patron.
Oh damn.
And then I think Grey Goose. Oh, remember when Hypnotic popped out? We were all over Hypnotic and shit. I never did that Alizé shit, but I did Hypnotic. I did drink Hypnotic. I never drank Alizé, but I did drink Hypnotic. But yeah, man, there were some crazy
we had a lot of great times, man.
What about
weekly
the party?
Basketball?
Do we have a party at your house at one time? I'm not gonna bring up what happened, but I think we did, right?
I remember.
Dude.
Here's if you guys want to hear about the story, if you want to hear, we'll tell you. So
not in too much.
A few of the people watching were there.
In so much words.
At the time, I think I was 19 years old working at Hollister. And it was a Hollister party I decided to throw because the night before we had a few people over. Tracy was over, Shardy was over, but Greg couldn't come. He had to work. So the next day, he says like, "Hey, you want to do it again?" I'm like, all right.
It always started off like
so
a dare, like
Mom
one of those
there.
questions.
So Mom wasn't there. So I said, all right, we're going to do it. So we spent all day texting the address out to everybody. Every girl we knew. Yeah. And we pretty much made it happen with a living room, a backyard, and a boombox.
Yeah.
And no lights on.
The backyard.
And everyone's making bad decisions.
Oh, man. Horrible decisions. Horrible decisions. What the fuck? What were we thinking? Horrible decisions.
Well, at the time when you're 19 years old.
I guess that's pretty much the only decisions you have to make, right? Bad and worse.
It wasn't, I wouldn't say worse, but we were all at least under one roof.
Yeah, that's true.
Under one roof.
That's true.
A lot of girls there. It was a great time.
Hey, man, did she ever recover? She showed up with like Band-Aids or some shit the next day?
Oh, the one Asian girl?
I think so.
Yeah, she was fine. she was fine. I saw her at work next week.
I felt bad about that. I felt bad about that, dude. But I had a reason to navigate, to pivot, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I had a reason because it was within like a second of backing up, turning the corner, and then their number two was.
Oh, we were all under the influence heavily.
Yeah.
So everyone's stumbling all over the place. So that's. But enough about that.
Yeah, we'll move on to other stories where we can tell in full detail because yeah, some of these I think about it, dude, and like sometimes I feel bad, man.
Yeah, don't feel bad, man. It's just, the things we were doing at the time.
Well, it's like, you know what it is too, because I became a parent, right? So I just started thinking of my kids growing up, what they're going to experience, and I'm just like, not that we were bad people, but I was like, man, I hope my daughter doesn't find anybody like me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. That's why when you say don't feel bad, it's like, it's just so hard because you start putting yourself in different perspectives now.
Well, it's not like you were a bad dude, man. You were always in some sort of relationship with some girl during that time. And just at those times, the girls that you were with, they just, they couldn't commit or they weren't worthy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in a sense, but I wasn't nowhere near perfect. I had my flaws. I still have my flaws. You know it is. We work on ourselves every day.
Yeah.
But fortunately, been a long time. Came a long way. Blessed with a wifey. She holds me down. She any good that I think I have in me, I think it's because of her.
Oh yeah.
Not that I was a bad person, or not that I was, did anything stupid, nothing like that. But it's just like I realize everything that I have good about me now. It's like it's her or it's amplified by her. You know what I mean? I got lucky. Got a real one. Shout out to wives. Shout out to our wife. You know what I mean?
Wives.
Wives in the house. This is a moment to shout them out. Tell them we love them, we care about them, we appreciate them. They make our life better, make our life easier.
Yeah, definitely have a comfortable home.
Yeah, man. They know how to make the house a home, big time. Big time. Such a stress reliever. You can have the worst day ever. You walk through the door and it's just like it melts away.
Well, I just think that's, what's detrimental to relationships nowadays is that, if you can't come home to your house, supposed to be your peace. You have to feel like you can relax at home, even if you got chores to do.
Yeah, 100%.
If you can feel that you can relax at home, wife's a big part of that. She makes it a home where you can come home, it's comfortable. Then yeah, but that's a lot of problem in relationships. People are not coming home to a home.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
that's true. That's facts, man. It's crazy now too. How much do you think social media influenced all this dating? It's almost like people don't know how to talk to each other.
no, they don't, because and what I think what the start of the ruin was, it wasn't even social media. The start of it was reality TV. The first one was Basketball Wives, that TV show. I don't know why they had them on there, because none of them were wives to begin with. Only Shaq's wife was the wife. The rest of them weren't wives. They were baby mamas. So, but everyone thinks, all right, this is the way it's going to be. Teen Mom was another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have all the other shows, and then Real Housewives of Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
You have that,
Yeah, for sure. That had to influence a little bit.
Then social media comes around, and then people see, oh, this person's doing this and this and that. So some of it's going to be real, but the vast majority of it's going to be fake. Very, very fake.
Oh.
So, and the proof of that is that you see celebrities getting together, then breaking up.
And what's it called too? With like social media, though, people like give away too much info. So it's almost like, I mean, at least for me, when I was dating, when I was trying to get chicks back in the day, it like a lot of the joy was a hunt, right? Because you find out more information, you find out what they're about, what they like, what they don't like.
Yeah, you go on the MySpace.
But like with social media now, like everything's posted. You know who loves coffee. You know who is into hobby A, B, or C. You know what their body looks like because they post half naked anyways. It's almost like that whole like chase is like pretty much gone.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that. But all that can be fixed.
AI.
No, well,
I had no idea why I said that. I was just trying to try to get something deep out of you. So I was like, AI.
I can tell. I can tell you. You can use AI to tell if a woman's picture on Instagram was altered.
That's like 90%. That's not 95, I should say. 99%. Because I mean, think about it. Even with our phones, they're already programmed now. Like night visions, for example. That's technically a filter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like 99% of the phones are all gonna have altered pictures before they even upload them. When I said AI, I was like, I wonder if he knows anything about AI. I'm just gonna drop a little something out there to see.
Yeah, I know a little bit. So AI is great for certain things, but some people use it, like you said, to catfish and to deceive.
Mm-hmm.
So like the girls are using filters, and they're using an AI filter to kind of alter their picture to make them look or whatever. It's now there's an AI app that will tell you if her picture or whoever's picture is AI generated.
No, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like
So
imagine.
her BBL is AI BBL, and you
But
finally see her in person. Her back
imagine-
goes all the way down to her ankles.
Imagine the person behind the app, though. Imagine how smart that person is. Imagine how smart all these apps that are coming out to track other apps, or you know what I mean, to do whatever. Imagine the people behind that shit. Dude, I think we're in the wrong business. One app. We need one app, and we'll be all right.
Yeah.
I was talking with another homeboy on here, another artist. He said there's a food truck, I think a food truck guy or a vendor that he either always goes to or he just knows, like a family friend. But he was saying that guy created an app for all the other food truck vendors so they can show like where they're posting up, or for a customer to see what's where their favorite person posted tonight.
Yeah.
So it's an app just for food trucks.
Yeah, and they probably pay him a monthly subscription to post there, and it shows to the world, all right, this food truck's going to be here. Mm-hmm. Or if you just like food trucks in general, like you're just that guy, you like the Roach Coach.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a fan of the Roach Coaches. I want to try them all out. Let's just say you're in Newport or you're in Oceanside or whatever. I'm like, let me see what food trucks are going on tonight. Just open up the app and like,
yeah.
5 miles away, there's a few trucks parked there.
Sometimes you don't want to get, McDonald's or, insert any fast food place, or you don't want to go sit down. You just want some authentic street food or something. That's like so handy. What about like because I like food trucks. I don't mind stopping at them. There's one that pops up on the corner right here. Every night we'll go get like an asada potato or tacos, whatever. But what about like the food fairs and shit like that? Do you like going to the food fairs where it's nothing but it's pretty much vendors and roach coaches?
We have one in Palm Springs. Like every Thursday, it's the street fair.
Mm-hmm.
So vendors will park on Palm Canyon Drive right in front of all the hotels and restaurants on the strip, and they just sell food, sell knickknacks, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. You said once a week?
Every Thursday, yeah. The street fair in downtown Palm Springs.
What kind of like food vendors pop up?
Sandwich places. There's a Salvadorian, a Mexican joint that pops up. There's a Greek.
Do they rotate or usually like the same
Usually
bunch?
the same one.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a newbie that'll come in. They're passing through town.
Mm-hmm.
You might catch a barbecue guy that'll pop through.
Have you tried like a certain food vendor where you're like, I only go back to them for this reason, like the way they make their fries, it's the only place I'll go, or they have like a novelty type of burger, like a quadruple this or that, finish it,
No,
there's nothing that really stands out.
not at the moment. The only time I really chased a food truck was I was doing something in LA maybe about 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw on social media that there was a Puerto Rican food truck.
Yeah.
So I followed them on Instagram. So I caught myself in LA doing something. I forgot what I was doing, but I thought about it. I'm like, oh, let me see where they're at today. And they were about 15 miles away from where I was at. So I found them.
Nice.
And I got stuff and I took it home.
Oh, but you said it was LA?
I was somewhere in LA doing
Okay.
something. I don't remember what I was doing, but
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Dude, there's what's it called? We went to the fair last night. We went to see Revolution in concert.
yeah.
And I think about them because I think about roach coaches and pop-ups, and also I start thinking about the fairs because they have all their it's a lot of like pop-ups, and it's actually like big trailers, like oversized roach coaches and shit. So I was connecting the dots going down. I started thinking about the fair food last night. Have you been up to LA County Fair, Orange County Fair, or any of the fairs?
Not recently, but yeah, I've been to the LA County Fair in Pomona, right on top of the hill.
All right.
That's always fun.
Usually, at the fairs, there's always like a plate or an item or something that always stands out, right? There's always one every year. I think last year it was like the maple bacon donut or something like that. It was like the hit of the fair. Every year, like I said, there's one thing that pops out. We went last night, and everything was starting to look the same, like just regular like hamburger stands. There was like a bunch of people just selling like corn dogs.
That doesn't sound fun.
Like no, it was good. The food was good. It was fun, but like there was really it just looks like everything's blending now. Like nothing's standing out separate or anything like that. But I did last night have a raspberry honey glazed chicken sandwich.
How was that?
Dude, it was
Solid.
it was pretty fucking good. I thought it tasted like a jelly donut because the bread was real soft. The glaze was like I said, like almost like the raspberry filling, but they put Captain Crunch on it too.
Oh, okay.
Dude, for certain items, I would go to a roach coach for or a vendor or something like that for that fair, just for that chicken sandwich, I would go back. That shit was fire, dude.
When I'm in those environments, the first place I'm gonna look is barbecue, because where I live in the Palm Springs area, there's no good barbecue out there.
Nothing?
And no, there's nothing. Nothing. Not one bit. I don't care what anyone says. It's not real barbecue. If a real barbecue place is, you can smell it when you're a mile down the road or two.
True.
You can smell the smoker as you're driving up to the place. You can see the smoke coming from the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real barbecue place. We ain't got that over there. We don't have that. So if we're
What's like
at a fair or anything,
the closest thing to your barbecue?
over there's one place at the river, but it's like whatever. It's not that good.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm at a fair, I'm gonna go look for a brisket sandwich if they got brisket, because not a lot of people do brisket. They always go the cheaper route and do tri-tip or just chicken or pork or whatever. Those are the cheaper options. But if they can do a good brisket, I'm gonna be right there.
Have you ever tried to do brisket at your house before?
No, I don't have a smoker, but I know how to because there was a point in time where I was working at the barbecue joint when we were kids, so I'm ruined for life.
Spoiled or what?
Yeah, because I know what to look for.
Yeah, that's true. Well, like good barbecue is so hard to find. So
It's hard to find.
So when you know.
Oh, I know.
Dude, I used to watch the YouTube, not shorts, but I guess it was shorts too. But it was always about making brisket, smoking brisket. I've always been so scared to try it though. Like if I'm gonna fuck it up, I never do it.
No,
I don't have a smoker either, but like I was gonna makeshift when I see them makeshifted on YouTube as well. So I was gonna try it. But you never tried doing your own brisket, nothing?
No, because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right, and I'm gonna get a really good smoker, and I'm gonna grab a 40-pounder, and I'm gonna do it with a hickory wood only.
That's your favorite barbecue too, brisket?
Yeah, brisket sandwich would be my go-to.
What about pork? You like pork or no?
Love it.
Yeah,
I love pork too.
Like pulled pork sandwiches?
Yeah, I'm great with that. But brisket is, that's my jam right there.
Do in Puerto Rican food, do you use a lot of brisket for anything?
No, there's no brisket in Puerto Rican food at all. Mainly pork.
Okay.
So they do the roast pork, which is the pernil. With that, you gotta have arroz con gandule. The rice that I had that my mom would make
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Shout out to your mom, man. Shout out to your mom. It's been. I don't even know if I said what's up to her at the wedding.
Cause she was there.
Well, yeah, it was just like there's so much action going on.
It was too much, man. We had to hire a guy to be like the general manager and kind of, direct everyone where they needed to go. I don't know if we saw that guy, but he had the real fancy jacket on.
Like a coordinator.
Yeah, he was the coordinator. He had walkie-talkies and everything, telling, I hired these 2 kids, for my job, to do cleanup work or whatever. But we hired this guy just to make sure everything went kosher. Like, all right, he's the boss, so he's telling us what to do, keeping us on a schedule.
Oh, okay.
Just to make sure, everything runs smooth. Because once we finish setting up and I'm in my suit, I'm clocked out. Now,
do your job.
Yeah, I did what I was supposed to do and get everyone here.
Were you nervous? Like, what if he went off schedule himself? You know what I mean? He's supposed to be in charge of the schedule.
No, we trusted this guy, man. Yeah. Shout out to Leo, but we trusted him. He that's what he does. So he's just really good at it. Organization and making sure shit gets done. And that's the kind of guy that we trusted to do it, and we've known him for years, so.
That's cool, man. So he was already like a friend before? Or
yeah, he was already a friend before. There was a lot of hands going into. We hired some random couple. They brought their kids out to do the parking lot, so they just sat there and directed traffic. Yeah. And we paid them $100 just to point to where people were supposed to park. Just random family. They brought their kids. They're sitting there on the iPads, and we gave them a plate of food. You just sit there for $100 for a couple hours. That was it, man. That was the easiest $100 they ever made.
Yeah, and it turned it into a family day, I guess, right?
Well, yeah, you got a plate of food and you get paid, and you just sit there and.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Man, that's cool. I what's it called? For your wedding, I didn't get a chance to talk to you that much on that day because you're so busy.
Yeah.
But to see you, I guess I wanted to like emulate you, if that's the word, if I'm using it right. Like, you did like a real grown man thing that day, grew the fuck up, got married, held it down. And it's like, just to see you handle business, you almost went to like another level. And I always like, man, I wanna hold myself in that same light. Like, I want people to see me in that light, like I see you.
Definitely a long time coming. But so a lot of people don't know this story, but I screwed up early in the relationship. And the story is I was had a little bit of liquid courage, and I told Vanessa, I'm like, yeah, if we're together a year, I'm gonna propose. And that did not happen.
But she held you to it?
She held me to it every year. You get the bitching or whatever, telling me every year. But I told her, like, look, when it happens, it's because it's supposed to happen, and things need to be a certain way. I'm not going to be that guy that's just going to do it just to do it. Mm-hmm. I need to, for number one, you have to be able to pull it off financially. Number two comes with responsibility. And it's not that I didn't have that responsibility. It's more of we need to be here financially first before we can even think that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So when it finally did happen, it was the COVID year. I proposed in October of 2020. While everyone was going through it and having their problems during COVID, we both prospered during that time because I set us up before COVID happened. So what were people doing, you know, the Christmas prior? Taking vacations, buying shit. The economy was good. Spending all the money. You know, you had people making $100,000, but they're spending $100,000. $700 car payments. But then COVID hits and you're working an office job. Oh shit, now I can't pay for anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the way it's supposed to be. So when COVID hit, my job closed. But I had over a month's of vacation time.
Where were you working at the time?
I was at the golf course.
The golf course?
Yeah, I was already there. So I had over a month's of vacation time. So I didn't use any of my vacation during the holidays or nothing. So I had it. So I just told them, spread it out. I had money saved. So I did that. And then during that time too, I was working the insurance biz. I drove for Lyft during that time because it was, you know, there was nobody out there. It was easy money to make during that time. And once the vacation time ran out, then I collected unemployment briefly, saved it while driving full time, and then I get a phone call say, hey, we're opening back up after Mother's Day. Come out. You're gonna do this, and that. And that summer I played a ton of golf. A lot. I played a ton of golf because nobody was out there. It was wide open.
Was that the first year you started golfing?
No.
So when was the first year you started?
September 2017.
This was 7 years?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah.
8, 7, 8?
September 2017 is when I started there, and yeah.
Did you know from first hit?
Oh no, I totally sucked, man. I slicing the damn thing left and right. I'm spraying the ball left and right. I'm not. Yeah.
No, but I mean like, no, obviously like you're not good because it's your first time. But like the first hit, were you like I'm sticking with golf. This is my shit now.
No, not at all. I was like, man, this is stupid. This is hard.
What
this
made
is
you go
hard.
back?
Like it's hard. It's not. You got to do 10 things right just to hit the ball correctly. But I was like, all right, let me keep practicing it. Obviously, you know, you're not or whatever. So I would go out there, you know, later in the day, take a break or whatever, and I just take a bag of clubs and balls, and I just go and, you know, you try, and eventually took lessons, you know, with our director of instruction. I spent a lot of time in the driving range, and then just from there, I put in the work, man, and then now getting down to, you know, single digit, you know, from 7,000 yards is, yeah, most guys been playing golf 30 years and still can't do that.
Have you been in any tournaments or competitions or anything? Yeah.
I played in one tournament. It was a scramble over there in San Diego. A buddy of mine.
Scramble?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So 4 guys are going to play in a group, and you're all going to play your first ball off of the tee, but then whoever's got the best ball, then you play from there.
Okay.
So everyone will hit from there, and then whoever's best shot from there, then you pick that one until the ball is holed.
Do certain players have certain strengths, like they're better with the driver than they are with the chipper or something like that, or does it not work like that?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay.
So when I played in this scramble, I was playing. I'm the only one who's a single digit. All these guys they're weekend hackers. They don't play. They're only playing because it's a company tournament. So I kept us honest, but I know watching the rest of the people who are playing in this tournament, they're all electricians in San Diego, and I'm looking at them on the driving range. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna have a hard time out there. And then we get in, and like, oh yeah, we shot 59. I'm like, bullshit, man. I saw the way you guys were hitting on the driving range. You did not shoot 59. You guys are lying. I knew they were lying, but I can't say anything because, you know, I'm with my buddy. These are his people. I can't say nothing.
Oh, okay.
But I won the long drive of the day out of 100 guys. I won the long drive.
Well, do you remember what it was?
I don't know how far it was, but I know.
They didn't measure for you?
No, they didn't measure it, but I
okay.
knew I was the longest. So how that works is they pick a hole, and they have this stake at the end.
Okay.
So wherever your ball ends up, you just write your name there. And if it's farther than the previous one, then of course you put your name below, and then you move yours to where your ball is. No one caught up to me.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah, do you even go to like Top Golf or anything like that?
I've been to Top Golf, yeah. I actually get Top Golf free because
shit.
Callaway owns Top Golf.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude, you got all the hookups at Callaway.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Callaway again. Go there for all your golfing needs, and I don't know how to pitch a little commercial for them, but
You
go
don't
to
really
Callaway.
need to, man. They
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 speak for
pretty much
themselves?
it speaks for itself for sure. You know, they so
When you go into the driving range, have you ever, remembered how far like you hit like your furthest one? Because remember, I was happy about 130, and you
Yeah.
kind of made a comment like it wasn't shit. So what's your farthest, or what's like your average, I guess?
well off the tee. I'll carry the ball 265, 270, and then with including rollouts like 285, 290.
And
You know,
rollout is
depending on
when
weather.
it falls and rolls.
Yeah, depending
Okay.
on weather. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. 290.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Do you see yourself ever stopping golf now, not playing anymore?
No, I'm all play for the rest of my life. So that's
Addicted?
pretty much where my career path is headed. Especially now, the company that I work for, what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to make it very easy to progress later because they're moving so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of makes it easy for guys like me or even for anyone generally in the company. There's room for growth easily. It's not stagnant, not one bit. They just picked up a September 1st, the company I work for is taking over a Huntington club out here.
And what does that mean? They go
It's
in, infiltrate, and
No,
do
so
that?
they're going to manage it now.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have your owners, of course, but then the company I work for is going to be managing. So all the employees that work there now are going to be under the company that I work with.
Damn, that's what's up. So when something like that happens, you have access now to.
Oh yeah, I can go there. I just send an email to the head pro or the director of golf or call them, say I'm going to be in the area, and they'll get me out.
Dude, that's dope. That's dope. We're gonna pause it right here, really quick. And just like that, we are back again. Yeah, man. Like I was telling you right now, doing all the editing and all that stuff, it's fun. I really actually enjoy it. It's like meticulous work, but it's really cool to do. It's you get like, I don't know, just to run it all back and like.
Well, yeah, you're creating your own, man. That's the best part. You're making it your own. So you know it's a lot. You can have all this material, and you kind of pick and choose what you want to have in there. All the bullshit I said in there that may not have been politically correct, you can take that out.
Nah,
but
we're leaving everything.
other than that, but yeah, you know.
Yeah,
so,
we're leaving everything.
But yeah, man, it's fun. It's definitely been
editing's fun, man.
Definitely been a total honor to be on this. Thanks for having me, man. It's a great time. Definitely worth the trip to come out here. So.
Yeah, man. I from the bottom of my heart, I am grateful that you even said you wanted to come on, dude. Like, it means everything to me to have people come on and just want to talk it up to me. And because like when I talk with artists, I always tell them, you guys put out music and say things in songs, but what you guys don't say is important too. So when you come on this podcast, like, don't sell yourself. Don't, just talk to me.
Yeah.
Just talk to me, So the fact that you want to just come on and sit down and talk to me, even though we've talked for years and years and years, it meant so much to me. I told my family right away. Everybody's, oh, that's so cool. That's cool. Like, they were probably just as excited as I was. But yeah, man, I'm glad you came out here. Thank you for being on this episode. Thank you for coming out. This meant everything to me. Even more so because I got to see you, before. I'm going to be seeing, kicking with you after. Like, it means so much to have, like I said, somebody I really care about, somebody I admire, my presence, man. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. So we can do a part 2. You come take the trip out to Palm Springs. I'll show you a good time, show you around, and then we can sit down and have that conversation. What did you experience out in my neighborhood?
Yeah,
where I live, and then we can talk about it and then tell them, like, hey, this was the real deal.
You guys just heard it here first. We're going to have a part 2, but this time it's taking place in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a real good idea. Maybe if you know somebody at one of the restaurants, we can set up in the restaurant, dude. And be like, hey, we just need a corner booth, but we're going to set up a mic and whatnot. You guys can do what you have to do, but we're just going to be, on camera as well as eating the food or something.
I can probably do better than that. I can have a mountain backdrop with palm trees and all that as the background.
Dude.
I can probably set that up right on the golf course, or if not, I can set it up at one of the country clubs. I have a couple favors I can call in.
Dude, I'm
But,
so
yeah.
fucking down. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. I mean, even without all that good shit, like I would still do a round 2 with you anywhere, dude. Anywhere, anytime,
We can even do it at my place. Sit at the couch.
easily,
My
easily.
place is comfortable. I don't have a huge place, but my
But
place
I
is
don't
very,
matter.
very comfortable. It's where you can sit and relax. If anyone who knows me and Vanessa, we have that house to where you can sit and not have a care in the world. You can sit on my couch and feel comfortable.
That's
And
what's up.
you're very, very protected in my house.
That sounds amazing, dude. That's very powerful. That's very deep. Goes to yours and your wife's character about how you take care of people, the comfort you guys offer.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That's a blessing. For sure, though, I would love to have you on as a part 2 guest.
Yeah.
Anytime you want. You have an open invite anytime. Like you said, I do want to go out too. So hopefully next time we can make it. In your neck of the woods, man. That'd be definitely cool. And we can keep up with the theme. In-house convos, maybe in your house or something.
Yeah, let's do it,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? That's the reason I named it In-House Convos, because it's at the house. It's right here, It's just
Yes.
conversation, man.
Yes.
Just a conversation. I just want to talk to you guys, and, I genuinely care about the people that I have on here. I genuinely wish them well, and, I got a handful of people coming up still, and that I got to get to. There's a handful of DMs I haven't responded to because I don't want to overbook or double book. I made the mistake of doing a triple booking one day, and it was hard, man. It was hard, but I'm blessed that people are even wanting to come on. Like I said, for one of my brothers, this is something we can do off camera. But the fact you want to do this on camera with me, it meant everything to me, dude. You have no idea how happy I was, and like how I got like real like giddy. I was telling my wife, "Oh man, my homeboy, he's coming back. I haven't seen him in a minute. This and that." Like it was a really good feeling. You know what I mean? It was a really good feeling. So I am very grateful that you're here, my man. I'm very happy you and your wife are doing so well. I'm very happy you guys are living the life you want to live and are comfortable, because that's all that matters. You're comfortable, your comfortability and your peace of mind. So I pray you guys continue to get nothing but these blessings, man. And of course, thank you for being on today's episode, my brother.
Thank you, my man. I love what you're doing here, and I never really endorse anybody, but you have my full endorsement. In-house combos.
Man, I really appreciate that.
Watch. It's gonna go somewhere.
A feeling of love and respect that so many people probably won't ever know. This is over 20 years. This is before I became the franchise. This is before I started In-House Convos. So that means everything, big dog. Before we get you out of here, though, is there any brands, contracts, anything you want to shout out, give a little light to? Do you want to plug your own Instagram for people to, maybe get some golf lessons with you or anything like that? Do you want to plug anything at all?
No, not really. If you guys are ever in the Palm Springs area, get at me. IG handles Aramis R210, and just let me know you're coming out. If you mention In-House Convos, free round of golf on me.
And then if you say Team Franchise, you don't get anything, but you get to say Team Franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely put the link to his Instagram in the description. By now, you probably see I already had it pop up on screen. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of In-House Convos. I'm your host. I'm your boy. I'm the man, Marc, the motherfucking franchise. This is my brother. This is the living legend. This is the street legend. This is a certified Palm Springs badass right here. This is my homeboy, my brother Aramis. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out.